Hello, Ravens fans, and welcome to another season preview. I'm Aaron Schneider, the Sports Information Director at Anderson University, and joining us for our men's lacrosse season preview is head coach Jacob Ashton. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Aaron. How are you?
Good. So first, let's kind of kick things off. Just the basic. What are your goals / expectations for this season?
Yeah, so we're heading into our fifth season, and so we have our second senior class who have now come all the way through, and so we're coming off our best season to date, which was good, real good finish last year, and made the conference playoff again. So I think for us, I think our guys are setting our sights to make the conference playoff, and then hopefully get to the championship this year. You know, we've been pretty close to that, and obviously then to make the NCAA tournament hopefully. So I think making the conference playoff, making the conference championship, and hopefully building off of our successes from last year.
All right. What would you say your team strengths are for this year?
Yeah, I would say experience. It's the first group to really have some upper class experience, which we haven't had as much, being a younger program. We brought everybody back on defense, and so I think our defense is going to be more experienced and definitely improved. And I think offensively, we've got a lot of our veteran core guys back, and 3 of our all-conference players from offense who I expect big things from. So I think we're going to be a pretty balanced team, and I think we're going to definitely see some growth defensively, which is good.
Yeah, and I would say there's definitely some balances there as you're returning some key players, both offensively and defensively. Let's go into your offense and some of the players that you expect to make an impact.
Yeah, so speaking of a couple of our seniors, both John Havner and Cole Watley, who both are coming off pretty good campaigns. Cole's been one of the top scorers on our team since his freshman year, and then John really had a breakout year for us as a junior last year and earned his first all-conference bid. So I'm excited for both of them. I think both are taking on more leadership roles, and I expect to see. Hopefully, both should have the opportunity to break 100 points this year as seniors. It would be pretty exciting. Mike Ertl, another senior who actually had a pretty good breakout campaign as a junior for us this past year. So hoping to see him kind of build off of that as a senior. And then Clayton Emery, who was our transfer last year, who came in and really did some big things for us as a first-year player. And I expect him to continue to show leadership and growth this year for us. So. Excited for that. Excited to see where one of our freshmen, Robert Akugbo, he's from Baltimore, Maryland, and he's a guy that I think is getting more confidence, throughout the preseason here. So excited to see when he gets out there to kind of see what he can do. He had a pretty good fall for us as well. So defensively, we bring back both Bryce Johnson and Mason Brotcher, who are both all-conference defenders for 2 years in a row. So 2 guys that have been playing together, and then Justin Bemis, who's back for his second year. He was all-conference as a freshman. So it's nice you've got some veteran guys that have earned those accolades that have been playing together. And then the goalie position is kind of our new position this year. That's where we'll have a freshman in the goal, and we've got 3 freshmen that are competing for that spot, and I expect big things from them. And so it'll be cool to see that competition, how that pans out this season. So some new faces, some old veterans returning, and so it'll be exciting to see what we do with that.
And then I didn't really kind of get the opening of this, but Kenny Bentley was one of our premier face-off players in the conference last year. How do you expect in doing that as a freshman? How do you see him taking another step forward in his sophomore year?
Yeah, Kenny had a great freshman campaign, and I thought he was definitely playing at an all-conference level, last year, and so I think Kenny has shown a lot of growth already, and he's probably going to see some more opportunities even offensively, versus just only facing off. And so, and he's had another freshman, our freshman from Florida, Jordan Garcia, has been taking some face-offs as well. So nice to have another guy that's kind of growing in that realm as well. Excited to see Kenny and his growth in year 2, and he's already showing a lot of promise, and we expect bigger things from him this year.
Okay, and then so now we open the year for it'll be Wednesday. That'll be that'll be against Wabash. What are your expectations for that match? As they're always a really good and competitive team.
Yeah, I think it's nice that we've opened up with them these last few years because they're kind of right the same competition level that we're at, and so I think they've been 1 and 2 goal games for the most part. These last few years. So you always play on the road is tough. Wabash has a pretty good home crowd, and I know they got a pretty young squad from what I see, but they returned some key guys on offense, and so I think we match up pretty well defensively against them. I think they're going to be pretty young defensively from what it looks like. So that'll be kind of interesting to see, where some of their guys are at there. I expect a good game. I expect a good game. I know our guys really want this game, and not having got a chance to beat them yet as a young program. I know we're striving for that goal as always, and so I think we've got a good opportunity to do that if everything kind of comes together. So yeah, I expect a good game, another close game most likely, and hopefully a win for us on the road.
All right, and then finally, what does your team need to do this year to be successful?
I would say for us to be successful this year, just trust the process. Our team is not the same team from this past season, and so you can't compare, that to where we're at now. And there's definitely some good. There's still some young, guys that are stepping into roles from last year, and so I think just trusting the process, trusting, what we're doing in terms of just those little dynamics of, really doing better in the ride and clear game. I think the clearing game is an area that we improved in last year. I've stressed the importance of clearing the ball and obviously possessing the ball then in terms of that. So I hope that's an area that they really understand the importance and working hard in that area, and just being fundamental. Every sport has its unique fundamental dynamic, and I think for us, if we're fundamental and just really trust the guys in this team, those young guys, hopefully gain that confidence throughout the season, I think that we're going to do some big things and surprise some people again.
All right, well, I think I've covered the questions I wanted to. Ravens fans, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow along with any more previews, any more content we may be putting out on YouTube. Of course, follow along with your men's lacrosse team for the webcast tomorrow, as they'll be at Wabash and taking them on for their opener. And Coach Ashton, thank you for joining us, and good luck this year.
Thank you.